This is the Symposium podcast with Wright and Romero.
Good? Good. All right. Welcome to another episode of the Symposium podcast. This is episode 5. On the other side of the table, we got my man. Let the people know who you are.
Yo, Wright, we're back with another one for the 5th time, I should say.
For the 5th time.
Yeah, we here.
I'm here as well, Romero, aka usually say Rose Gold, but go back to my hibernation name, Winter Coat Roams. We'll get into that later. It is February 6th, 2021, and fucking freezing outside. But we'll also get into that a little later. So, just to start this off, do a quick check-in. How you doing, my man?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. It's been a very eventful day, but got a lot done. A lot done, and I'm ready to pod. You know what I mean? It's just a good day. This weather is crazy, but we're gonna get into that. But other than that, man, I feel great. Blessed to see another one. So we back at it. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Can't complain. I mean, I can, because it's cold and whatnot, but yeah, other than that, I'm blessed, man. Happy to be here. Mm-hmm. Glad we got this set up. Glad we have things going.
It gets better. It gets better every time.
Every time.
I mean? So, little bloopers here and there, but.
Oh, yeah. we're going to talk about it. Y'all gonna hear from us for sure.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about it later in the pod, but it's.
But outside of that, to the people listening, thanks for joining us again, and welcome to the party. That's it. Let's toast it up.
Toast it up, man. Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome to the Symposium, baby.
On that note, my man E brought up something interesting, and that it is Black History Month.
Yes, sir.
We're going to start this off by talking about a couple of people of our history.
Yeah. So I thought it was just important, especially this month to, just every time we do an episode, just highlight, just someone just important to Black history. You know what I mean? So today I just wanted to start with John Hope Franklin, who's an American scholar, and I didn't know much about him, so I was doing my research, and it's crazy. So he lived to be 94. He was born in 1915, died in 2009.
Yeah.
It's a long, eventful life. I know he's seen some shit. You know what I mean? And just an American scholar. American historian, educator. He's noted for his reappraisal of the American Civil War area. And the importance of black struggle shaping modern American, identity. He also helped with the legal brief that led to the historic Supreme Court decision, the Brown versus Board. Outlawed public school segregation, right? So it's just extremely important. You know what I mean? So he had a hand in that, and just a bunch. He was gained international attention by his publication From Slavery to Freedom. His other works of aspect was the American Civil War, which included the Militant South, Reconstruction after the Civil War, and the Emancipation Proclamation. He also edited books of the Civil War period, just several other books, including Color and Race, Black Leaders in the 20th Century, George Washington Williams, that biography, Race and History. So just a bunch of just a lot of publications, which is very important. And another thing that stood out in '95, President Clinton honored him with the Medal of Freedom, which is pretty dope, And 2 years after that, he was appointed the scholar of the 7-member Race Initiative Advisory Board. So That's just a quick spiel on him.
Did a lot.
Yeah, he did a lot.
lot.
He did a lot for the culture. Did a lot for our people. So shout out to you, John Hope Franklin.
Thank you, sir. We greatly appreciate it. We really do.
Yeah. On the who you got? You got something?
Yeah, I do. This is someone who's a little more current.
Yeah.
But I won't say too much. But the person that I chose to talk about a little bit is Chadwick Boseman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
American actor, playwright.
Yes, sir.
Went to Howard University, became prominent in the theater, winning Drama League Directing Fellowship. He is, actually, this year, he is nominated for, I believe, Best Actor and a few other awards. And he will be the first in history to be nominated in 4 different categories for the SAGs. I believe it's the Screen Actors Guild Awards. As most people know, he is well known for playing the character Black Panther, or excuse me, T'Challa from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But he got his start, or his big start, from playing Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, 42, right?
Correct. So I just wanted to bring him up because for someone in our period, our time period, like, he really stood up. He stood up to everyone, and especially for playing not only historic figures, but a fictional one. How that affected people, our generation and kids and stuff.
Bro,
huge.
People were dressed like they were from Wakanda in the theaters, bro.
Yeah,
You know how huge that was to people? Like, not let alone, just like African people, let alone African American, you know what I mean? Like that shit went so deep rooted to their culture, and just for the kids to be able to see like a hero like that. Yeah. Super dope, man. Like that shit was like, it was crazy. It was just so inspiring, you know what I mean? And just the way he left this earth, just he didn't even, it's kind of like, man.
He was 43 when he passed, and it was due to he had, I believe, a 4-year battle with colon cancer.
Kept it low, you know what I mean?
It was very low key about it.
It was crazy because, like, I saw a picture when he did the shot. He was just real skinny, and I'm like, what's going on? Had no idea. Still,
no one knew.
I think nobody knew but his wife, right? Or his like immediate family.
Yeah, they kept it very private.
Yeah. So
shout out to them, man.
Man.
Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for being on the screen and your phenomenal acting. Also, to say this,
it's inspiring, bro.
People that work on the Marvel movies, it's been said that for the sequel to Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman did such a good job playing the character T'Challa. They're not going to recast him. They can't. And I respect that move.
Nah, you can't. I think, was it the sister? The second one was going to be about the sister though, right? Or no?
Apparently they're going to explore the characters that were in the movie. Hear more of their stories.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Killmonger would be dope. That's been, like,
I've heard
Michael B. Jordan killed that shit too. Like, that's a dope ass movie, dog.
It's great.
A dope ass movie.
We might watch that.
That shit was, I'm thinking about it. Damn, I might have to throw that on later. That was hard, bro.
But that's the person that I picked for this segment.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that pick, man. That's solid.
So
shout out Chadwick Boseman, man.
And before we get into the next segment, I do want to bring this up because you talked about it in the last episode. The young lady that you were referring to, who was a part of the domestic violence case.
Yeah. With the Chad Wheeler situation.
Correct. So her name is, I hope I'm saying this right, Aaliyah or Aaliyah.
Dude, I'm glad you went back, because when I went back and listened, I'm like, dude, I should have fucking did my due diligence and got her name.
That's all good.
Yeah, no, but I'm just like personally like, man, you know what I mean? Like, her name, she deserves to have a fucking name on here. And I'm glad you did that. I had no idea. I'm glad. I was thinking about that. I'm like, damn, I dropped the ball on that one. But
No, brother, you brought that to my attention, that story itself, and
Yeah.
I'm glad you did that.
Yeah, I hated not.
I just
saying
wanted
her
to
name.
know her name, and I saw her face.
Yeah.
What happened to her?
Bro, that shit was sick, bro.
2 tears,
Yeah.
straight up.
Yeah.
Like,
That
it's
shit
very,
was sick, bro.
it's very hurtful.
Yeah.
But I wanted to bring her up and just let her know. I hope that you're doing well. I hope you are having a smooth recovery.
Man, for real.
I'm glad that you're still alive.
That shit's sick, man. Yeah, right. Like, I'm glad
I'm glad
she's
you
still
made
alive.
it. Yeah.
That shit's sick, bro.
And fuck that dude that you was with. So, but that's the heavy stuff. That's the heavy part.
Yeah.
Outside of recognizing historical figures and stuff, Black History Month.
Mhm.
Should we get into the news?
Yes.
Make it a
Because
little
it's,
lighter.
It's gonna be a funny one. Is it 180? It'll be a
Yeah,
180.
completely.
Which is funny. So yes, please, let's please get into.
So to get into the news, we're gonna call this from this point on. When we talk about the news, this will be known as "That's News to Me."
That's news to me. I like that. I like that segment. That's news to me because this is news to me.
Yeah.
Like I thought the dude was a chick. I told you about that.
Yeah,
Well, I'll let you explain it first. And then I'll tell you.
So over the week in the news, this comes from NBC News. Country music phenom Morgan Wallen has dropped from the airwaves and had his contract with his label suspended after he was caught on video shouting a racial slur. In video obtained by TMZ and published Tuesday, a rowdy Morgan Wallen is his name, that's the country singer, and his friends pull up in cars to his Tennessee home. As Wallen heads inside, he shouts to a friend, "Hey, take care of this pussy ass fucking N-word." I'm not gonna say it. And TMZ reported that Wallen, 27, and a group of friends were seen Sunday night partying in Nashville. When they returned home late, a doorbell camera captured them honking their horns and causing a scene. A neighbor then pulled out a cell phone to record a video in which Wallen can be heard yelling the slur, according to the website. So, to sum it up, rising country singer was caught wilding out, said a racial slur, and is basically cancel culture peak game and was like, "Oh, you're done. Your contract suspended indefinitely. Any streaming service that you were on, we pulling you."
I hate to see it. Motherfuckers is wild.
He has apologized, but apparently he's been in the news before apologizing. So it's like, what did George Bush say back in the day? Fool me once, shame on you. You fooled me twice, you can't fool me again.
Yeah. I have no idea who this dude was.
No clue.
Like I was telling you, like when you said the name, I'm like, oh yeah, no. Like I thought it was a chick because I saw a TikTok. Of some chick saying like something about Morgan Wallen like pulling up to somewhere and it was YG my nigga playing. Like, that shit was like funny to me, but I didn't know why it was funny. And like until you brought this up, like
full circle.
Like, dog is wildin', man. Like,
the thing that I want to
like who? Also, the neighbor recorded.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I want to know. I want to. It doesn't say that the neighbor was African American or anything like that. It just says that.
Nah, I think his neighbor was African American. It's kind of a different way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure.
So that's even that's more interesting to me, to be honest. It's like, okay, so if your neighbor was white,
yeah,
you still called him the N-word?
So wait, he was talking to the neighbor?
Yeah, he said that Wallen said, "Take care of this motherfucker," blah blah blah, to his neighbor. He said that to his neighbor.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay, so if your neighbor is white, you called your white neighbor the N-word.
Oh, see, I'm all fucked up. I thought he was with somebody, like maybe like an Uber, Lyft, some shit. Like he just said some wild shit just to say it, and I thought somebody was recording.
Maybe I got that wrong, but I don't know. Maybe it was to his Uber. He said that, but I don't know.
Who said what he said? Shit, so.
Somebody clear that up for us, please. I want to make sure I got this story right. You can hit us up on Instagram, or I realize this. I need to plug this. We are on Anchor. This is where we record and stuff. But you can hit us up at anchor.com/. TSPER. And you can leave us a recorded message.
Oh, that's dope.
Facts. So let us know. You hear this podcast, give us some fact checks. Give us some fact checks. We'll greatly appreciate it. Or just leave us a message saying hi. We'll take that too.
Oh, okay. All right. So, just to recap. So, he went out Saturday night. And then, so now it's, oh, yeah. Yep. So, he returned home Sunday from a rowdy night with friends. So, they was being loud. They was outside being loud and shit. And pissed the neighbors off. So the neighbors like honking their horn and talking loud and shit.
Yeah.
So the neighbors all pissed off, and then like so. Oh, so he was talking to a person in his group. So he was.
Yeah.
So he probably had a black homeboy or something in the group, and he was probably just saying it to each other. You know what I mean? Like take care of this pussy ass motherfucker, right?
Yeah,
take care of
yeah.
this pussy ass nigga. So. He was saying that amongst each other, and the neighbors recording because they was loud. So damn. So he probably say that shit all the time to his guy when they drunk, which is fucked up still. But yeah, so they was talking amongst each other.
Morgan, cancel culture got you.
Yeah, he fucked
You
up.
fucked up. Bottom line. That's the news segment for me. E, you got anything?
That's funny. I actually don't. That's pretty funny, but.
Okay.
Nothing right now. I can't.
We'll
yeah,
move on. We'll move on from
let's
there. So we'll just go on from there.
That's actually funny. That's
So stupid.
Yeah, that's just stupid.
It's
Like
dumb.
And then like he got ripped of all those endorsements and shit.
Done. He's done. I mean, I'm sure he'll still be on the rise. People will be like, well, I still fuck with your music, but you canceled.
Right.
Fuck. So outside of that,
That's news to me.
that's news to me.
You hate to see it. Damn. Oh, I do got something. Fuck. The AllStar Game, basketball.
Oh, yeah.
You know they're having an AllStar Game, right? And players ain't even like happy about that shit. Like they were like vocal about like this is stupid.
Yeah. I've heard, you know what? I think I heard something about that. Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, exactly. It's a money grab. It's just a money grab, and
when is it? When is it supposed to happen?
Next weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Next weekend, and I mean, like, they said they're gonna do it. They said, you know, like Brown was vocal about it. Like he's like, he don't see the point, but he's like, if he get voted, of course he would go. But he's like, this ain't. I have zero energy, you know, towards this. You know, Giannis agreed with him too. So them two major figures in the NBA, and so Giannis says at the end of the day, if we have an AllStar Game, I hope the fans can be there and we can give back to them. But at the end of the day, if we have an AllStar Game, just to have an AllStar Game and don't have no fans, I don't see the point.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, it makes sense. And De'Aaron Fox came out and said it's stupid. You know what I mean? He said if I'm gonna be brutally honest, I think it's stupid if we have to wear masks and do all this for a regular game. What's the point of bringing the AllStar Game back? Which
it makes sense.
It makes sense. And I've been riding with the NBA, you know, up until now. Like they've been doing shit the right way. To kill the bubble. The bubble shit was dope. Fantastic. But then Brian made another point. He's like, man, we ain't even have no, like these next 4 days were supposed to be their off day. You know what I mean? And now they don't even get a break. They just, you know, they just won a championship. You know what I mean? Like a couple months ago. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy. What'd he say? So Brown was like, short off season for myself and my teammates. It was 71 days, and then coming into this season, we were told that we're not having an AllStar Game. So we'd have a nice little break. 5 days in March, from the 5th through the 10th. An opportunity for me to kind of recalibrate and for the second half of the season, my teammates as well, some of the guys in the league. And then they throw this AllStar Game at us like this, and that just breaks it all the way up. So it's pretty much kind of a slap in the face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know it's just it's all a money grab. But I don't see the point of All-Star Game. I think they should just keep, everything they was doing was working. You know what I mean? But what's also like the Pro Bowl shit was stupid.
I was going to ask you, the Pro Bowl happened last week.
But it was like it wasn't like a real, it was just like a lot of voting and shit. Like, we vote on highlights and some shit, which I get that, you know what I mean? They gotta do something, but having an actual All-Star Game, I don't see the point, man, especially when we're trying to get through all this shit. And, they just start bringing fans back in arenas, and that's, courtside Karen happened, and that was pretty funny.
That's, not to cut you off, but that's something I wanted to touch on as well, just the Pro Bowl and stuff.
It's just like, man, it's just an All-Star Game, bro. Like, we good. We got basketball back, and some good basketball at that, you know what I mean? So why we need an All-Star Game?
Cause money.
Cause money. Facts. Cause money.
And it's also expected, you know what I mean? Every year that's something that takes place.
But this ain't a normal year, fam.
No,
like,
it's not.
Shit is crazy. Like, we don't need that. Like,
I don't know.
Whatever.
On that note, tomorrow, well, by the time you guys hear this, there will be a champion. Super Bowl 55 is tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
You got anyone?
Fam, listen, I don't want to be cliche and say I just want to see a good game, but I don't know, bro. I think them young boys about to get it done.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think they're gonna get it done. It's Brady gonna be Brady, but I think them young boys about to get it done.
The GOAT, man.
Yeah, I think.
And we talked about him.
My homeboy Kelsey and Hill. Them boys they nice.
I'm with the Chiefs as well.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
gotta go Chiefs, man.
I
just gotta go Chiefs.
Gotta go
that young energy, bro. But I mean, Brady GOAT, obviously, but
we'll see what happens.
But I would say this: it's so dope to me watching Tyler Johnson, like just his, he went to the U here, and just to see his, progression and just like I follow him. We used to help coach his brother with my boy Reese and Taylor Johnson, who he playing college hoops right now. But just to see him like just living this moment, just so dope because he, they from up the street. You know what I mean?
You watched them.
And it's like, and it's just so dope, dog. Like, I'm like that shit. I don't even know him personally, but like, it's just so dope to see, man. Like, I follow him on social media, and he just like when they won and when they beat my Packers, he FaceTimed his pops. That shit was so dope. Just happy as hell. Pops is still in the north side. You know what I mean? They was outside watching the game, just living it up, bro. So it's just dope. And to see him in the Super Bowl, that shit gonna do so much for the community. You know what I mean?
It's
just for him being there, it's just an inspiration to the kids coming through here. You know what I mean? Like, I hear him talk about it all the time. Even my football guys, like, it's just dope, bro. So I'm glad to see him, in this game. But we gonna see, man. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good game, though.
For sure.
I think it's gonna be a good one.
On that note, apart from the news, wanted to go back to something we talked about, I believe it was episode 4. But we were talking about the Tiger documentary.
Yeah.
And there's something that you said that really stood out to me. You were talking about how you didn't really see Tiger as someone who's black.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting. Can you tell me why? Like, I get it, but I'd like to hear what you say.
Well, yeah, for me personally, I think, I don't think he just ever associated with being black, you know what I mean? And, for me, I would say, so growing up, so when I used to live in Flint, Michigan with my aunt, and, so we had my cousin's cousin. They were really into golfing and real good at it young, and I just never got into it. And just for me, just from being from the hood, and just I'm like, golfing, that's just something white people do.
Yeah.
Until I started being around them, you know what I mean? Being around my cousin and them, and they were doing it. So then I was kind of like, all right. So then, you know, Tiger was a big influence to them, obviously. But it was just, I just never saw, like, I never seen Tiger embrace black culture or black people like that. So I just never really associated with him. Then it was, I thought it was just more like, you know, of course he was black, you know.
Yeah, it's
black,
recognized that he was.
But it's just how you carry yourself, I think. And to me, he just never, you know, I've never seen it. I could be wrong, because you know, and I'm not saying I was like a diehard, like, following it, you know what I mean? But I just think, you know, it was just something I never saw. I've never seen him identify like that, you know. And then to even, like, it kind of, you know, just from watching that doc, from what he said, you know what I mean? Like, when I don't know what he made up. He said he wanted to, like, refer to as a certain, like, a mix of it all. It was kind of
he
like,
was, we said the word, I believe it was Kablasian.
Kablasian or something. Yeah.
And people were like, what the fuck?
That just sounded goofy to me, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, but yeah, like.
No, thank you for touching on that.
Yeah.
But I saw a video of him with his son. They were in a tournament together.
Yeah.
And seeing how he interacted with his son. It wasn't anything bad, but just seeing the interaction and hearing him talk and stuff. It really stood out to me, because it was like, it was different. You know what I mean? Like, you and I can have a conversation and it'll be a certain way, or even if we're amongst our friends, we'll talk a certain way, right? If we were to have a conversation with him, it wouldn't be the same. Like, no. the dialogue will be different.
Yeah, or like, I think we would have to code switch.
Yeah. So,
you know, which is fine. You know, it's whatever. But you know, I just don't. To me personally, I just never. You know, I never felt like Tiger identified as African American. You know what I mean? Which is,
and that's tough. Yeah. I think that's tough, and that's another reason that I bring that up. Because for me, growing up, I went from, like, I lived over North Minneapolis, right, until I was about 12. Went from North Minneapolis to Brooklyn Park, but still had people over in North Minneapolis, so I was like in and out. So I got to see the best of both worlds.
Right.
I was still in the hood, but at the same time, I was in the suburbs.
Yeah.
And that was a good mix for me, still trying to find myself, being a young man in the world. But I could see that, you know what I mean? You could see certain people and how they're with one culture versus the other. Yeah. So I get what you mean by that. And it's funny, because I was out with Danny G and her parents for dinner last night, and I saw a black guy. And this is fucked up, but it's true. It was one of those guys that seemed like he had no association with black people. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I couldn't wrap my head around it. That's a different world. It's like you gotta have your people around you. You know what I mean? Like, you need to know your culture. Right. You can never deny that. Yeah. So.
I mean, shit. Some people just don't identify that way though either. So.
Go with what you feel. I understand.
But I think that's, you know, it's probably like how you grow up, what you grow up around. Yeah. And shit like that. So, you know, it just depends. You know. But yeah, man, like, you kind of you just never know.
Yeah. But outside of that, live your life.
Right.
Live the life you see fit
for
you.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. 100%.
I don't know. Outside of that, let me tell you why I'm going back to my nickname, Winter Coat Rooms.
Oh yeah.
To the people listening, you can't see, but people that are watching the video, my fucking face, I have not shaved in some time now. And every time winter comes around, I trim it and stuff, but then I get to a point where I say, you know what? Fuck this. Yeah. I'm not trimming my hair, I'm growing my fro way out. Because it's too goddamn cold. Right now, as we speak, It is -4, and it's going to continue to drop
Yes.
for the next few days. And we talked about this on the podcast as well. If it's not snowing, it's freezing.
Yeah.
If it's not freezing, it's snowing.
And we got a little bit of snow a couple days ago, but we knew this was coming. And yes, if it continues like this, I swear to you, Gigi is just gonna be able to shit and piss in my house because I'm not going outside. I don't care. I'm not taking her out. Like, I took her out this morning, went for a walk. It was -2. It was tolerable. You know what I mean? I should have put 2 layers of sweats on. It was like I was kind of eating through, but it wasn't too bad. But I just know it's gonna, like, the later it gets, it's just gonna keep going. And I'm gonna just take that L, man. Like,
It's terrible.
Gigi.
Have you ever heard of an event called the Lopez?
Nuh-uh.
So it's a winter event that takes place in Minneapolis every year around this time.
Yeah.
And it usually takes place on the lake, but this year they moved it to a golf course because COVID and whatnot.
Right.
And basically just walk around. It's like 1.5 miles where you see a path lit up, and there are different areas you go to.
Yeah.
They got an igloo, they got ice sculptures and stuff. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Only thing that sucks about it this year, it's just so cold, man.
Right.
It was freezing.
Damn.
But shout out to Danny's parents and her mom. Shout out to
Yeah, we
Danny's
had
mom.
yesterday?
Huh?
That's what y'all did last night?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At
I
dinner.
heard of it.
Her mom was super ambitious. She's like, I know it's cold, but they did all this work. We should go. And in my mind, I'm like, fuck no.
Right.
What the hell? No. But
Right.
outside, I said, hey, if you go, I'm going. What do I look like not doing it?
Right.
So, and it was a fun time in the end. So I'm glad she motivated us to go. But it was too cold. But yeah, let me tell y'all about these technical difficulties that we've been having.
Please get into that. Please get into that.
So every episode, there's always a problem.
Always.
We work it out. We fix it. We definitely fix it. But there's always something that comes up. So we finally got everything set up for this episode, and everything seemed to be going super well.
We was geek. I was geek. It was the levels on the recording were perfect. Both of ours this time. Usually it's like mine are up, his are down, or his is down, mine is up. We had it uniform, solid. I'm like, all right, bet it's gonna be a good episode. And then all of a sudden, boom! I stopped hearing something in my headphones. I ain't think nothing of it, so I'm still talking because it's still catching it. But as I'm looking, like, yours is still up and mine was low, and I'm like, damn, I think it's not recording on the mic, but it's just kind of recording, just to record. So I'm like, fuck it, let's just try to get through it. So I'm trying to fuck with it, and then yours go out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I don't know what made me think about it, but I was just like, bro, I think our mics are dead.
At the same time, like they died at the same. I want y'all to understand, we were so geeked because everything was set up and everything was perfect. I was like, oh, this is
like
it.
We got new stands, you know what I mean?
Everything.
Like, we good.
We were like, this is the episode. This is it. 8 minutes
8
in.
minutes in. Luckily, it was only 8 minutes in.
Yeah.
So we had to really start this. We had to start this episode over.
I was just like, I take it back. I'll take it back. This is bullshit.
Yeah,
Nothing's
I
going
don't
well.
even know why we didn't think to charge. Like, I haven't charged his mics.
Because we've never had to do that.
Yeah,
ever.
yeah, you know. So that was. I just thought like, damn, bro, these mics is dead. Probably. Sure enough, they were dead.
But yeah, those are the technical. Like we always have to deal with something. We're really just bitching. But
Yeah,
to be honest,
we bounced back and we're good.
We're good.
Everything's solid. The levels is on point.
On point.
Videos on point. We're gonna have a full YouTube video this week.
Oh, this week? I was gonna say one day, but
No,
you
no,
heard the man.
No, episode 5 is gonna be up.
This is it.
We've been having difficulties with the cameras, but so it's been on us. User error, so we got it. You know, it's a process, but
It's a process, trial and error. We're gonna get it. So
it's our first podcast.
this shit is fun though.
This is hella fun.
It
I
is
love
super
it, bro.
fun.
I be thinking about this shit all day. Like, damn, how we gonna?
I know.
You know, and I love chopping up the videos and just listening back to the audio and
Just figuring it out.
yeah,
man.
man, this
It's
shit
a
tight.
good time.
I like it. Just gladly Glad we finally pulled the trigger on this shit, man. Got it done.
Senor.
It's been a long time coming.
So I think we should talk about this now. I've been mentioning it a few episodes, talking about spring into action.
Yeah.
I'll say this again, that it starts February 7th and it'll end May 7th. So that's a Sunday through Friday, basically. I mean, weeks, of course. But I went to talk to you about the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't remember how many weeks that would be. But from this point on, we can't miss an episode.
Oh, yeah.
So every time a week goes by, we gotta put out. We gotta put an episode out.
Yeah.
We gotta put content out.
Yeah.
So gotta have the audio and gotta have some sort of visual.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, we're already doing it, but during this time, it's like, okay, you
This is
can't.
what we do. Yeah. Okay.
Can't miss this.
Yeah.
You with me?
I'm with it.
All right. So you heard it here.
I'm with it. We on it. We on it.
Going to spring in action.
Spring into action. Starting tomorrow, February 7th, right? To March 7th?
May.
May.
So that's
Oh,
90
that'd be 2
days.
months. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm tripping. Oh, okay. Damn, okay. All right, so can you explain that for so what technically is it? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That way other people can,
So-
if they would like to
I should fill everyone in.
join.
Apologies. So spring in action is something I started doing almost a decade ago, and it's basically a time, 90 days, where you focus on one specific goal, something that's challenging for you. Something that's challenging for you, and you do what you possibly can to achieve that goal.
Mhm.
And it could be anything. Like, you say you want to lose some weight, okay, so you shoot for losing 10 pounds in 90 days, or you want to read more, okay, so you try to accomplish reading 2 to 3 books within 90 days. Things like that. We just talked about it for the podcast.
Right.
We're gonna go through 90 days. We are consistent with the podcast, doing the audio, having a few visuals.
Yeah.
This is rolling, not a stopwatch.
Right.
And for me personally, it's just getting back on social media, being present. Tomorrow I'm gonna be back on there.
Yeah, it's been a while, man.
It's been a minute.
I was like, when I was setting up the joints, I was looking like, damn, he ain't been on here in a little bit. Like, I wonder, did he use this one? Or?
I keep telling you, you know me. When I'm gone, I'm gone.
Yeah, I hear you.
Every now and then I'll just pop up, see how everyone's doing, and then I'm immediately out. But tomorrow I'm gonna be back on there.
Okay.
I'm gonna see how everyone is, and I'm gonna post some stuff. So
Yeah.
check me out. I'm gonna be on there. You can follow me at Rogo16 for the Instagram, and then on Twitter you can follow me at Rogo11. E, you want to plug?
Yeah, man. I'm Easy Does It on all socials. IMEAZYDOEZIT. Twitter, Instagram. We here. Symposium Pod. On Instagram. Elite Aviators on Instagram and Twitter. So that's
What's going on with that? What's going on with your
man,
brand?
I'm finally. I got.
Can a brother get a hoodie? Shit.
Yes, I got you.
Cool.
With a hoodie. I'm about to get some teas in the works. So yeah, you'll have a little care package.
Cool. Thank you.
Give me a couple weeks. You'll have a care package for sure. So
Thank you, brother. Also, for those listening in,
website coming soon.
If you ever wonder what I'm about or try to understand me a little more, you can check out my YouTube channel. It is youtube.com/GGOKY. I got some old videos up there. You can watch my old ass series called My Thoughts. They're all stupid. They're all old as hell, but you'll get a laugh. Go check it out. That is youtube.com/GGOKY. What else should we talk about?
Shit, man. It's a lot to talk about. Just what? Okay, I should say. So we talked about. Excuse me. We talked about kind of like what we got plans next, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're okay. Actually, how about we just check in with? So we're 5 episodes in.
See.
Let's just check in about your thoughts about the pod. Like, you know, where we at, what we got.
Pod's good.
How you feeling?
Pod's good. You know what? I think I mentioned this to you off the podcast, but I'm really excited to be doing this because this has been in the works for you and I for a long time. Because originally, we both said we wanted to start a podcast.
Yeah.
And then it was my baby sister's birthday.
Yeah.
When we went to go see her.
Yeah.
You were like, yeah, man, I've been trying to start a podcast for a minute. And you said you want to do that too. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why don't we do this together? And it's like, yes.
Right.
Why didn't we think of that before?
Right.
So I'm very excited because that lit a fire in me.
Yeah.
To now really go out and do other things. Like, because I told you I always wanted to go back to social media and be present on there.
Yep.
Doing this first was like, oh yeah.
Right.
This
and
feels
you
right.
You mentioned like it's kind of like a confidence thing also, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So kind of just getting that confidence back and, you know, because yeah, I think man, it's dope. It's dope content, dope opportunities to put dope content out. Like, you know, I mean, we ain't doing shit else. Why not? You know, why not use these creative minds to, you know, it's kind of, I needed like motivation to do it, like, you know, because I always start something and don't finish it. So
I find you say that often, and I find that hard to believe, to be honest. Because every time I see you working on something, and I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is this?
Right. But yeah, because I'm always starting something, you know. But now I'm just trying to just tie up loose ends with a lot of it. You know what I mean? So
I want to tell a brief story. So one day, let me tell you why I say that about E. Because every time I would go at your old place, your apartment, I'd see you working on something new. I'm like, oh, this man working on a chair. Oh, this man working on a shoebox. Go in his apartment one day, he's like, yeah, man, same old crib. I'm like, yo, what's that over there in the corner? Oh, that's just a bar that I'm working on. I'm like, you got a bar?
I did build a bar beginning of quarantine. Yeah, man, it was just like, fuck it. You know, why not? Yeah.
Did you sell that? I can't remember. I know you gave it to someone.
Yeah, I gave it to my boy Big Buck. He you know, he's put in his crib. He helped me a lot with a lot of shit. My homie. He's a barbecue connoisseur. He loves barbecuing. He's actually I give him a shout out. You know, Black History Month. You know, we shout out everything black, supporting everything black. He's coming out with his own like dry rub and shit.
Really?
Yeah, Big Buck's barbecue. It's kind of in the beginning stage right now, but the boy can throw down on the grill, man. So shout out my boy Cornbread, Anthony Buckley. He getting that rolling, so look forward to that. He always invite me over, and you know, we just kick it. He's unfortunately he's a Bears fan though, so
No.
so you know, kind of.
I'm not gonna hold that against you.
Sucks to suck, but
it is what it is. Oh, as you know, since we talked about the Super Bowl, but it is the Buccaneers versus the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Which means the Packers, they did not complete the mission. And I look back on the footage from the podcast and how you was feeling, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Although big ups to my people in Kansas Connect.
Oh yeah, actually going out there soon?
Incorrect, sir.
Or they're coming here.
They're coming here.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
shout out to my people from Kansas. Hammond, Tyler, PB and J, you know who we are. Nina. I mean, I'm not gonna keep name dropping because we'll be here all day. But I know y'all gonna listen to this podcast one day. Just know, I'm here with you. I'm supporting the Chiefs. Oh, Amanda as well. Amanda from Kansas.
Amanda.
You know Amanda. Great. Come on.
I feel like
That one's done too. We know a lot of people. Actually, I know some people. You know a ton of people. Every time that I've gone out with you or every time y'all shake up with some people, I'm like,
Oh yeah.
These niggas is mobsters. These people know everyone and their mom. But that's because y'all went to Mankato and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
How well connected are you when it comes to the city?
To here?
Yeah.
Man, I know a lot of people, bro. I don't know, just from being just chill with everybody.
Social?
Social, yeah.
Yeah.
Very social. I'm very social. I am trying to focus right now, but if you look out the club room window, there is a lady in the dog area with no dog, but just a big ass bag of clothes, and I don't know where she's not like fucking those clothes up, is she? What is happening right now? Can you see that?
Yeah.
She's just doing over the fence, but why would she be over there?
Bro,
She's
she's
climbing the
homeless.
fence when she could have just went around. Oh. What is happening right now? She's going about her business.
And the cameras died. God damn it.
She literally just hopped the fence, but she didn't even have to go this way. Or maybe she was just cutting through. This got me all fucked up. I'm sorry. What were you even talking about, bro? What the fuck is happening? Dog, that was very odd, bro. What the fuck, dude? Maybe she was just like cutting through, but why would you just go around?
Is she? It looks like she's going around.
Yeah. Fam, I don't know.
But it looks like she's going around just to go over the fence again.
Yeah, that's odd, bro.
She looks homeless.
I hope she alright.
I hope she's okay.
Yeah,
Now is not a time to be homeless.
hell no, it's negative.
Fucking freezing. How long have you been in Minnesota?
About 7, 8 years now.
It's been a minute for you.
Yeah.
So you are familiar with the winters here.
Very familiar. I was just talking to my guy about that last night.
Mm.
So like, remember the Polar Vortex like 2 years ago?
Oh, God.
That might have been
Yeah.
the coldest winter ever.
That was
That shit
tough.
insane. That shit was insane, bro. We were off for like 4 days in a row from school.
Mm-hmm.
Like you couldn't even stand outside for the bus. Like
Yeah, because it was like negative 15 and stuff.
yeah, it was like bro,
It was
that shit
crazy.
insane. And I was like, damn, is this gonna happen right now? You know?
I'd be shocked, honestly.
Yeah.
I would be very surprised.
Because the kids, like some schools go back. They go back Monday, but then it's like, is it gonna be like a snow day?
That's a good question.
Like how long is it supposed to be cold? Like this week?
I don't know. I know it's supposed to be a couple days. It could be just the weekend. So let's see. So it says today, it's 1 degree, but it feels like negative 14.
That's nice, bro.
And then for the upcoming week,
Yeah.
negative 1, 4, 7, 5, negative 1, negative 2, negative 2. So next weekend is gonna be cold.
Damn.
This is that time. Around January and February, it's the coldest time. And then March, it gets a little warmer. If anything, we'll have snow. But
Yeah.
I'm hoping by March, snow will start to melt and we can actually be outside a little bit. I'm telling you, I'm ready to wow the fuck out, man.
What's the first thing you gonna do?
Drink.
Around St. Patty's?
Oh yeah.
You know St. Patty's.
You come with? I am
Yeah.
kidnapping you, sir.
If y'all didn't know, if you did know, St. Patty's Day is Rose fucking holiday.
Yeah.
This man had me out here drinking Guinness till the sun went down in just a green suit, in a fly ass green suit, and he doesn't fuck around.
Yes, sir.
He'll be out here.
Yes, sir.
In some form or fashion.
Anyone that knows me, I am a festive person. That's usually the time that you really catch me out here nowadays. And St. Patty's is my holiday.
Man, you know what? That just reminded me of a funny ass post I saw on Facebook. So you know it's Black History Month, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of my, I'm actually like friends, like whether like coast to kid and shit. But this lady posted. So if y'all expect me to wear green for St. Patty's Day or something, then I want to see y'all dashikis and kente cloths for Black History Month. I'm like, you do not want to see white people wear that, because you're gonna have a problem.
You're gonna have
a
problem.
I mean? Like, that's not even the same.
Take this down.
Yeah, like
take this
it's
down
not
now.
even the same. Like, it's not the same. But it was very funny. Very funny. Shut up.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
The mic, man. These technical difficulties.
Yeah, man.
It happens, problem.
It's part of
But yeah, St. Patty's is my favorite holiday, and then it's just people getting together, having a good time.
No, that's dope.
And I think especially this year, hopefully we all get to do something, especially coming off we're still in a pandemic, but the way that it was.
Yeah, this is gonna be great YouTube footage, by the way. My mic is fucking up. But that's what we said, you know, it's always something.
It's a process, man. It's a process.
I love it.
Just figuring it out, having a good. It's still fun.
Yeah, no, this is great.
Still having fun. But yeah, we're starting to get close to that time. Y'all know what that means.
Oh yeah.
Last call.
I might as well just hold it for the last call. Fuck. I'm tired of this.
E is strangling his mic right now.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another thing I'd like to bring up with people. So we put these signs up that say recording in progress,
Yeah.
and we still have people coming in.
Right. We're in our club room, which
Yes.
is kind of like first come, first serve.
I understand it is a public room.
Yeah.
People can go in and out,
But
but
I mean, if you see a sign, kind of, alright.
I know you can read.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm just
whatever. Do it old school, just hold the mic.
Yeah, we almost done. So
Yeah. Last call.
yeah.
What you got?
I got, so for my last call, like I said, you know, with Black History Month being what it is, I would like to shout out Black businesses, you know, and support Black businesses. So for today, for my last call, I want to shout out Full Circle Television.
Oh, nice. Good name.
So one of my good friends, funny ass dude, just a great human overall. Marcus Lewis Allen. Him and his wife Kayla. They started just kind of like an online network in 2020. It's all things Black, and it's just so dope. Just very for the culture. You can find it fullcircletelevision.com. They got like a relationship goals series. I know
Yeah.
they got a relationship goals series. They got dope merch, you know, and they just, you know, it's just really dope. They do like Instagram lives every now and then, just with different segments, and it's just supporting Black, you know, supporting Black people, and it's just really dope. Next weekend, actually, they do like a game night, and they're hosting one next weekend in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So if you are in the Milwaukee area and you have not gotten a ticket for a game night, you should go to fullcircletelevision.com and get on that, because it's cracking. It's cracking. So that'll be on the 13th. They got merch, you know what I mean, and it's just dope. It's dope business, you know. So follow, support them. Marcus, Kayla, shout out to y'all. Yeah, so that's my last call.
Respect.
Full Circle Television.
So for me, last call, I want to go back to something that you touched on, just in recognizing Black figures in our history. Talking about education. I always think about this with people, and I'm surprised that we didn't talk about this earlier. Why this thought didn't come to me. Do you remember this? There were signs throughout Minneapolis showing a number, and apparently here in Minnesota, high schooler, like African American children, have the lowest scores when it comes to math and stuff.
Yes, actually I did know that.
Yeah. In the country.
Yeah.
That's so wild to me.
Yeah.
And I bring that up because I think about us. Like, you majored in sociology, you're on your way to get your master's.
Right.
I'm in psychology and stuff, and I work with families and their children and stuff, work on education and stuff.
Yeah.
And it baffles me to see something like that, to hear that here, the place that we live, has the lowest score for African American children. It's like we're a rare breed, and it's like we're not that rare.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So I'm blessed. I'm happy that I have the circle that I have, and that we are educated Black men. But my heart hurts. For the children. Like, I think it's hard not to ask the question, what's going on?
Right. I think that's part of just that change that needs to happen. You know what I mean? Like, don't just make it cool to be an athlete. Make it cool to be, a scientist, a doctor.
Yeah.
Which I think is a lot changing. Just in our generation. It is going more towards that. But right. The numbers are real low, and we just gotta, as a community, as a culture, we gotta get our kids in a better situation, like, for that, and it's gonna take time, but it's growing. I think it's growing.
We're definitely.
I think education is becoming more important. Oh, my bad.
No. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think education is becoming more important to us as well. Because it's that knowledge that we need to continue to gain.
Yeah.
So.
And I'll piggyback off that. I was just gonna say, I think we're definitely on that path. We're on the verge of something new.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll talk about that in the next episode. There are two things that I definitely want to touch on in the next episode. One is this, talking about the future for our people in education and stuff. Two, on a completely different note, just talking about social media. But I think you told me about it, talking about Clubhouse.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about.
Oh yeah,
we'll touch on that.
That'll be a good topic for next week.
For sure. Well, so there's some things to listen to. Tune in next week. But on that note, thank you for listening to the Symposium podcast.
Yes, sir.
Greatly appreciate y'all. I think this was a good episode.
Yeah. Technical difficulties here and there.
As always. Yeah. Anything you want to say on people before we go?
Man. What I want to say? Just like you said, for those of you that tune in, thank you. Tell a friend. You know what I mean? Let's try to see what these get this going, man. Let's get it rolling. But other than that, be well, be blessed. Stay warm. Stay warm. All right.
On that note, we out.
We out of here. Peace.